Get your chin up. Smile. Smile. Okay? Dang, you guys, all right? If not, I'm not talking. Let's get rolling.
WNY watercooler.com.
Steve.
Who the fuck is this guy? Hey, who the fuck are you? Huh? Who the fuck are you? Okay, I like it. All right.
Coast.
Welcome back, WNYwatercooler.com podcast. You got me, Steve, the host. Look for us on iTunes. Subscribe and review it. Positively review it if you want to. And we got Coast on the line.
What's up, Jan, man?
Another year, another lost season, huh?
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, we haven't been 6-4 since 2000. I'm hoping we can break that streak. We haven't been 6-2. If we get 6-2, that'd be our best record in 26 years. So there's still reason to look up. I mean, this Redskins game can't come at a better time, especially if Haskins plays.
Well, Haskins definitely playing, but of course we can only beat backup quarterbacks or quarterbacks that just got benched or just got diagnosed with mononucleosis. So hopefully Haskins doesn't get any kissing disease. He'll call up some other quarterback and he'll beat us. But
if we had like at New England or Baltimore or some tougher opponent and we lost and went to 5-3, I feel like it would just feel like an implosion was destined to happen. I don't know, but
I don't see how one isn't. We're always destined for an implosion.
You just got three games coming up against Washington, Miami, and Denver, and if you win those three, and in all those games you're probably at least a touchdown favorite, and if you win those three games, you're 8-3 going into Thanksgiving, and regardless of what you think about the team, like, I don't know.
All I would care about is how we played against Cleveland.
We're going to lose to Cleveland. I guarantee it.
This quarterback is their quarterback.
I want to jump ahead to Cleveland.
Yeah, we got plenty of time next week to break that down.
Yeah, we will. You're right. But yeah.
What happened against the Eagles? What do you think? I mean, I know what happened. And I know what I would have done. A team that's basically our exact replica on the West Coast, what they did this week.
Well, I think our game plan on offense was
lose.
Well, yeah, I've been, Dable, give him a pass last year. I haven't hated our offense this season until the past 2 weeks, and I thought last week the game plan, the play calling, the use of our players, everything to me just didn't make any sense. Singletary to have 0 touches in the entire first half. We're throwing the ball downfield, trying to throw the ball downfield like it's 65 and sunny and calm. There's a reason why the Eagles barely attempted to throw downfield. If they threw 3 balls over 10 yards, I'd be surprised. They just didn't do it. They just tore us apart in the screen game and on the ground, and that should have been our game plan. And, I mean, I'm sure we'll get into the biggest play of the game eventually, but you're 3rd and 2 from your own 30 or whatever. You have a quarterback that fumbles. Why are you running a power, dive with him? It doesn't make any sense. If you're going to do a QB run, do some misdirection like the Eagles did with Wentz, where you're faking a screen pass or faking a draw and then run and do the read option. We line up Allen like he's like Mike Allstott and just run him up the middle. What is that?
Why was Isaiah McKenzie not dressed? Why was Yeldon not dressed?
Yeldon, I mean, in hindsight, I didn't think of it much at the time, but thinking about it now, not having Yeldon dressed was egregious. the short pass. If you're gonna throw the ball, the short passes, in McKenzie for misdirection plays. It looks like we've never run a screen pass ever. I don't know. I thought our offense, it was a terrible day for everybody. I mean, Allen played horrible. The game plan was horrible. The whole thing was a disaster. I don't know what they were doing.
How many receptions do you think that Robert Foster has this year?
1.
He has 0.
0.
Zero receptions on 4 targets. And he's played, percentage of the snaps he's played, 21 against the Jets, 34 against the Giants, 24 against Cincy, and then 13 against Philly. He has 4 total fucking targets this year. 0 catches. What?
I was just about to say, I don't even remember him playing, but we did try and throw like a 70-yard bomb to him.
Shockingly, it was incomplete. Wow.
The problem is
Barkley isn't playing?
Oh, my God. Foster's, he's basically, similar to John Brown, just not as good?
So they put 2 John Browns on the field and use them both. And it's not rocket science.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what's up with Foster. Beasley's kind of disappeared since the first, month. I mean, he had a nice touchdown, but really it was like a broken play. I don't know, man.
I do know. Fire Dable.
Yeah,
Just like the Chargers just did.
We need to
What were they, 11-5 last year?
Think about it, man.
12-4.
Every time Singletary touches the ball in space, he makes something happen.
If he can catch it.
Okay. Well, he had a couple drops Sunday, but the ones I remember would have been basically 1-yard gains.
You only remember good plays.
He's got, how many touches did he have on the season?
He averages 7, and he's played 4 games. 28.
Tell me, please.
Pretty sad I know it off the top of my fucking head.
If you have it in front of you, what's his yards per touch? I bet you it's 8.
I was looking up Beasley's stats. I'll look him up. But
you
wanted to play. Don't you want to blame the defense for the game? I feel like that's what you're trying to get to.
Oh, I mean, I think it was a total team effort of sucking, but I mean, the defense was terrible, and it started against Miami. I mean, Miami controlled the game, controlled the line of scrimmage, controlled the clock. They manhandled our defense, I thought. And then Philly, when you allow 200-something yards rushing and you give up 4 touchdowns in 5 drives, I know we can blame the offense, but when they scored those touchdowns, our offense was actually answering. Well, they at least answered the first 2 times, and we just allowed march after march after march, and it's just, our offense isn't good enough. We know what our offense is, right? At this stage in their development, I mean, I know you think Allen just is going to suck no matter what, but this year, we can't expect our offense to be better than the middle of the pack. If we can be a 16th best offense in the league this year, that's good. And then next year, that needs to get better. But the defense, we expected to be elite. I thought they were going to be elite. They're not elite. That's for sure. They're not elite. The interior.
How can a defense be elite when they waste a high draft pick on a useless position like a defensive tackle? Our best DN is a 31-year-old guy who gets pressure but doesn't get sacks, and that's his fucking specialty. Well, oddly, ironically, actually.
Yeah, I agree with you on Hughes. This came up on GR earlier in the week, and Sal lost it. Hughes, he's playing so well, doing all these little things. I need someone to be a game changer. I need my best defensive end to be a guy that can change a game.
Instead, we got a guy that can line up in the A gap and get double teamed and do nothing. That's awesome.
Are you talking about Oliver?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's, again, young guy. I can't really, I don't know what, I don't know. He's a young player. He's no Nick Bosa, but these guys, but Hughes, back to Hughes, he might be a good player, but he's not. When was the last time he had a strip sack? We need someone to be making game-changing plays on our defense besides Trey White. It's just not happening for us.
Dev is averaging 8.6 yards per rushing attempt, and 6.4 yards per reception.
Yeah, so he's probably averaging like 8 yards a touch or something. Like, the guy, we need to get him the ball more. We need to figure out ways to get him the ball more.
29 total touches in 4 games.
So what do you think about this? What do you think about...
Fire Dable.
Yeah.
Hire someone that has a brain.
I like Gore. I think he's a good guy, good player. But I'm ready to go with the Singletary-Yeldon combo. What do you think about that?
I would never want Gore on my team. I'll give it to him on 2nd and 23, and he can run for 11 yards. I mean, that's about it.
Gore can be useful in, like, inside the 5 and end of game situations and things like that.
Didn't he have a crucial 3rd and 1, and we ran him off tackle, and he got tackled for a loss?
I don't remember that. The only 3rd and 1 play I remember is Allen running and like using Gore as a lead blocker, and just it was like the worst play I've ever seen. But I just think
the worst play I've ever seen was fumbling the ball inside 3 minutes in a crazy weather game at home against a good team.
What's the play I'm talking about?
Well, that was that play, that fumble cost us the fucking game.
I mean,
the Bills' offense had 3 straight possessions when we were down 11. What did we do?
3 and out.
It was turnover, or kick, turnover on downs, punt. Yeah.
But you can also. I mean, we go down 11-7. Allen makes 2 nice plays, gets us into field goal range. We miss a field goal. Eagles get the ball, start the half, touchdown. We get the ball back, nice drive, touchdown. Eagles get the ball back again, and it's like a crippling, like, whatever it was, 7-minute drive, touchdown. Like, 3 straight touchdowns when our offense actually was, we just needed a stop there, man. Both sides of the ball were major letdowns.
We needed more than 7 points in the first half is what we needed.
This game should have been, with the weather conditions, this game shouldn't have been, it should have been a game that was like, the winning team scores 20 points type deal. Like, the way we got run over on defense, I mean, I wasn't expecting...
Well, Sanders, the 60-something yard Sanders run killed us. That play killed us more than a 7-play drive. When we can't score quickly and they score right away, that's the game. I don't want to hear about a 7-minute drive. Those happen. We have to answer with a quick touchdown. Instead, they come back and get another quick touchdown, or whatever order it was.
We answered the Sanders touchdown with a touchdown drive of, like, I don't know how long it was, but it was a quick touchdown drive, Singletary's touchdown, 17-13. And then we take the ball away, and the Eagles just march right back down. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't disagree with what you're saying, though. We need to be able to strike quickly. We don't have that right now on offense. I mean, when you're running Gore on 1st down or 2nd down, you're not going to strike big plays quickly with Gore. And obviously, we're not hitting any downfield passes right now. So
and we benched McKenzie, who's basically our only speedster, and we clearly don't use Foster.
Yeah, I mean, McKenzie. Where was Andre Roberts? Wait, couldn't we run like some sort of misdirection?
Fuck Andre Roberts. Well, I don't understand why that guy's on the team. Because he has like 4 good returns a year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to just about everything right now. I'm
Barkley?
No, I'm not open to Barkley at all. Sorry, I said just about everything. Definitely not open to Barkley. But as far as the offense goes, a major change up. And like I said, I want to see a lot more Yeldon and Singletary. I mean, Yeldon's a very good receiving running back, and you have that outlet. That's huge for a quarterback. You McDermott
apologist. Are you going to account for him never winning a big game or beating a good team, like basically ever? Except for he beat Minnesota last year in like a fluke. Is that his only good win in 3 years?
We haven't had a good team yet. We haven't. I don't remember what teams we actually beat.
How many years in a row are you going to get before you can use the excuse about we haven't had a good team yet?
It's basically, this year you had to see improvement, and then next year.
4 years? to get a good
the
win?
First year, he made the playoffs the first season. You guys forget about that. I don't care what you want to say about that team.
He had the same. We had a negative point differential, and we had the same record as many other Bills seasons.
We've had the same record as in the entire drought. We went 9-7 3 times.
Oh, and how many times were we 8-8? 4. So you're talking about a 1-game difference. That just
one. I think we were 8-8 one time, maybe 2 times we were 8-8. But the fact
so 5
is,
out of 17 seasons.
His first season, he made the playoffs. The second season, yes, last year was clearly a throwaway rebuild year. And this year, they're better than last year. And
are they? Based on what?
Wins and losses, and
we beat Dalton, benched. We beat Fitzpatrick, previously benched. We beat Darnold, mono. Who the other 2 teams that we beat? I can't even think of. I know they both got benched.
You got to beat the teams on your schedule, man. Last year we were 6-10, and
we were favored to beat the Eagles, and we lost.
We were not competitive last year. Well, in any game that Allen didn't play, we were not competitive. We're definitely
really.
This year.
You don't remember the Bills-Jets game that Matt Barkley just lit up the fucking scoreboard?
Oh, yeah, you're right. The Jets game, we won. Other than that, we weren't competitive in any game that Allen didn't play. And, yeah, man, I don't know what you how can you say you really don't think they're better this year than last year?
I'm waiting for them to have a good win, a decent win.
They've got 5. Tennessee was a decent win.
Tennessee was a decent win, but they benched Mariota right after that. And we won because of a couple missed field goals. A win's a win, but we won because of missed field goals.
They missed a couple field goals, but one of them was blocked, and another one, that last field goal that Vrabel attempted was egregious.
Well, that was laughable,
but they did miss a couple field goals. I'm not denying that. I don't remember what else happened in that game.
I know the offense didn't do jack shit except for one drive.
That's a decent win.
Okay, that's one decent win this year. And they benched the quarterback after that, and they're 2-0 since then.
Yeah, I mean, Mariota should have been benched a long time ago. But I don't know, man. If I don't know what to tell you if you don't think they're better this year. I definitely do. I think they're better on offense.
You just said we're going to lose to Cleveland. What are these? We can't lose to Baltimore, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and what's another 50-50 game we have?
And those are really it. And then we have New England.
So we're gonna lose all 4 of those games and still make the playoffs at 10-6.
How many games do we have left? 9. So you got the Jets, the Dolphins, the Broncos, and
Washington.
The Redskins. Jets, Dolphins, Broncos, Redskins. That's 5. That's 4 wins. That's 9 wins. 9's getting you in.
Nah, 9's not necessarily getting you in.
I think it is, because who's gonna come up and get that spot? San Diego or who?
San Diego.
Jacksonville. Tennessee. You got the tiebreaker in Tennessee. I mean, a team like Cleveland would have to go 7-2. Not impossible, but you have a major advantage right now.
Dallas. That's the other game we forgot about. So we're going to lose to Cleveland, Dallas, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and New England. If we lose those 5 games,
I think they win 1 of 3 versus Cleveland, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh. I think they win 1 of those 3, and then
that Jets game at the end of the year isn't. I'm not putting that in wood that we're going to win that.
I'm not either, but they might be in full implosion mode by then. That team is a complete disaster. I mean, we were talking
that Philadelphia was. I mean, I didn't believe that they were, but
no, I thought Philadelphia. It was one of 2 things. They were either going to rally around it or blow up, and they didn't. I mean, they kicked our ass,
their coach is too good. Of which I hated the guy until they won the Super Bowl, but
they got good players on the team too.
On both sides, on all sides, secondary, D line, offensive line, and they have a couple of weapons on offense too.
They just have weird games where they just seem to not show up, but
I don't
don't know.
understand how they got the
That's how it
doors
is.
going
That's
off.
how it is in the league, though. Like,
Well, they had
95%
two
of the
fumbles.
teams.
They had 2 fumbles against Dallas, and then
Right away.
it's 14-3. You're on the road in prime time, and it's over basically. Especially against an actual good running back, where you could actually just give the guy the ball and he's going to get you yards. That's why, we don't need a running back. We don't need a running back. We don't need McCoy. Well, maybe we clearly do need a running back.
And they just stuck to it, man. They just stuck to the run. We abandoned the run. They stuck to the run. They pounded it over and over and over. And when they did pass, it was screen passes and short passes, and it was just they had a very smart game plan in those conditions, and we just did not at all. We looked completely lost. I don't even know what our plan was.
The plan was to lose. I'm standing in that parking lot at 11 o'clock when a fucking tsunami rolls in, and I'm not shitting you. One of those pop-up tents flew literally into the air 30-plus feet, straight up into the fucking air. And then there was just rain going up into my nose. The whole parking lot was it was crazy how that tent just flew up, shot up into the air like a rocket. And we're come out there and just gunning the ball down the field into the pavement.
And Allen had 30, how many pass attempts did he have? Almost 40? I know we were losing the fourth quarter, but I don't know, man. It's the same thing with the Patriots game, which we talked a little bit about it back then, but the way that game was, it was close the entire time. I think Gore ran for 100 yards in that game, and we're throwing the ball 40-plus times. We ran it 20. What are we doing? I appreciate the aggressiveness to an extent, but you need to, be smart at the same time. And
he had 34 pass attempts, and look at me now, or don't look at me now, his completion percentage is sinking like a rock. He's down to 60%.
It's his first bad completion percentage game of the season.
Really? Is it?
Yeah, hasn't he been over 60% in 5 or 7 games now? He's been 65% or something.
64. 65, 63, 64, 46, 72, 62, 47. The two teams that they're actually decent.
Well, the Eagles, I wouldn't even say. I mean, the Eagles have gotten, their defense has been suspect. So, I honestly, dude, I'm not saying that Allen is great right now. I'm not even saying that he's good right now. I'm saying that
Barkley
I like a lot of things about him. I think he has potential, and I think he's shown that potential. But every game there's been chunks of every game where he's played bad or had made bad decisions, and those are the things that he needs to fix. And I think he's
like a porn. Eventually, the boner's going to come out. I mean, it's just what always happens. We know how it always ends.
But you knew that coming. I mean, we knew that. These are the things that he needs to improve on, man. I'm not saying, trust me, I want him to get better at this stuff as much as anyone, and I recognize these shortcomings as much as anyone. But
there's definitely comings.
But we got to stick with him, man. I think you don't think he's shown any potential?
No, he's looked better than last year. I mean, when you're the worst quarterback in the league,
what about how he plays in the clutch or the late game situations?
Beat a decent team. Beat a team that finishes with a 9-7 record. I mean, he's looked better. But
last year he beat Tennessee. They finished 9-7.
Last year, well, I'm not saying he never has, but I'm just saying.
No, dude, we haven't beaten anyone. I agree. We haven't beaten anyone good, and we don't even need to beat anyone good.
I want the standard to be higher. I want a quarterback that could come out and just chuck the ball around, and stats generally can be meaningless. But when you are always 179, 186, 191, 180. How about some good statistical numbers?
They that's not how they want to play, though. Like, that's part of it, too.
So they want to lose.
They just...
I don't know. I don't understand our offense. I honestly don't understand it at all.
The biggest... Yeah. Dude, I'm not defending it. The biggest beef I have right now is the seemingly, like, just scatterbrained strategy and the no use of the running back that everyone was obsessed with all training camp that was so good that we were able to get rid of our starter, and we're not even using him. Like, we didn't cut LaShawn McCoy to replace him with Frank Gore. But that seems like what we did. We cut LaShawn McCoy to replace him with Singletary.
That's why I hated the Gore sign to begin with, because I knew that's what we were going to do. Because our whole offensive philosophy is idiotic, and you know what we're going to do? Is we're going to overpay for some running back next year.
I'll friggin' lose it, man.
If we sign Melvin Gordon, I might not renew my season tickets.
I agree 100%. If we pay big money I just don't think they'll do that, though. I really don't think they'll do that. But Gordon especially, man, if he's just not good. I've never thought he was good. I just really haven't. And if we sign a guy like that, I'll lose it. I really will. Like, we have $80 million in cap space again. They need to be going. I'm going, receiver and pass rusher, pass rusher, pass rusher, pass rusher. That's where I'm spending my money.
4 pass rushers.
Can't have too many.
What's the chances we lose to the Redskins? I mean, I'm not going to say it's 0. I mean, it's definitely not 0.
If Haskins plays, I honestly don't think there's a way we lose. I really don't.
Well, I watched that Haskins on Thursday night. I mean, he came in at halftime, although he had all of halftime to mentally prepare. He came out and looked like EJ Manuel, but with one eye. Like his depth perception, and he just looked. I mean, not even I guess the color. I didn't necessarily mean his color. I watched EJ Manuel and looked like the guy just is stiff back there, just throws out the back foot, and just he looked awful.
I thought I read something about how he doesn't even didn't know the playbook or something.
No, well, AP said to study up more, and then he did a denial. He said, well, yeah, he needs to study more. I didn't say he doesn't know the playbook, though, but he basically was inferencing that he doesn't know the playbook. And if he couldn't beat out the guys, I mean, Case Keenum is Case Keenum.
Didn't they put McCoy in over him, too?
And they put McCoy in. So you were the third string running back, and they drafted you in the top 15. Like, you can't. That's and their season's in the tank. I mean, what are they playing for? They fired their coach. Callahan's not going to get the head coaching job. What the fuck does he care who the quarterback is?
The only thing that makes me a little bit nervous is Callahan will probably just run it 50 times and not even care. And that's not exact. If to your original question, if Haskins plays, there's a 0% chance. I will say there's a 0% chance we lose if Haskins plays. I'd feel 1,000 times more confident than I have in probably any other game this team has played in ages. Like, if we lose at home to Haskins coming off a loss, I'd want to, I don't even know. Do you think there's any way we lose if Haskins plays?
No. I mean, if it's Dwayne Haskins, the guy I saw last Thursday. I mean, we're not losing to that guy at home unless our offense is just abysmal.
Unless he comes out and all of a sudden is different player, but I don't know. But Keenum makes me a bit nervous. Keenum, he just kind of reminds me of Fitz. Like, he's just going to sling it, and I don't know. He makes me nervous, Keenum. He won a playoff game, luckily. It's 2 seasons ago. I mean, the guy, he's at least a competent NFL quarterback, kind of.
You're pathetic. But the forecast actually for Sunday has gotten nicer.
Yeah, I think the weather, dude, realistically, I think the weather fucked us against the Eagles. I really do. The way the weather dictated the game was right into Philly's hands and what they wanted to do. Run the ball, that was right into their, wheelhouse, basically. And obviously the weather, it would increase the chances that our offense would suck. So our offense would only benefit from better conditions more so than theirs. I just think that type of weather really,
I'm not blaming
kinda
the
hurt
weather.
us.
They had the better quarterback.
I'm not blaming it. That's not why we lost. I'm just saying it was like, if anything, it helped them and hurt us. But we still would have lost. I mean, we played like we did. We were losing no matter what. And obviously, Dable just has no clue how to adjust a game plan based on the conditions.
Yeah, it's looking like 42 and partly sunny, so it's not
That's
going to be some
perfect.
crazy weather game. I mean, maybe that weather forecast could change a little, but for now, if the Bills have to come out, sling the rock, get up by 20, and just win the game.
Yeah, I would like to see a blowout. I really would. I was hoping we'd see it versus Miami. It was anything but. But yeah, it'd be nice to see us just light up a team. I don't care what the team is, but just show that we have it in us. Because I mean, in the past 2 seasons, how many blowouts do we have? 1, 2, I guess. 2, Minnesota, Miami, maybe 2. Miami last year.
There's a few. There's the Jets. I mean, again, with Barkley's playing,
yeah, the
if Barkley's
Jets.
playing, he just always blows out teams. But
Barkley, oh my God, I'm not even gonna get into it. Barkley.
give me your prediction for the game, and we're assuming. Let's just. Haskins took all the snaps today, and Keenum's in the concussion protocol, and he's old.
Did Keenum practice? Was he limited or anything, or did he just not even practice?
I just saw a concussion protocol, although the conspiracy theorist Costanza thinks that doesn't mean they have a concussion. But
It's not a conspiracy. It's a fact. Being in the protocol doesn't mean you have a concussion. But if he's not even limited in practice, then I think that's a sign that there's more going on.
I never heard anyone other than you say that, though.
Dude, you can't come back from a concussion in a week. If you have a legit concussion, we talked about it last week. So we're going to do our predictions assuming Haskins plays.
I'm Googling him right now. Let's see here.
Jeez. I didn't think the Dolphins would be able to score 10 on us. I was wrong about that.
The Dolphins should have beat Pittsburgh, and you said we're going to lose to them.
Yeah, the Dolphins didn't. They were up 14-0 or something. Didn't Fitz throw an interception at the end, in the red zone too? And
they gave up a touchdown on 3rd and 20 because they played some weird defense. You don't even watch these games? Jesus Christ!
I think I watched.
He was Keenum was officially limited in practice,
so he could play.
But Haskins took the majority of the snaps.
Oh, okay. Because when Allen was in concussion protocol, I still think he was taking the first snaps and doing everything he could. All right. I'm gonna say if Haskins plays, we win 22 to 6. If Keenum plays, I'll say it's more like 24 to 16.
It's the Redskins. We're gonna win. I don't care really who the quarterback is. I mean, maybe I'm just a fanboy for some reason, but I'll say 21-10. But Dwayne Haskins, if Dwayne Haskins run offense scores 10 or more than 10 points, we're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, you would definitely agree. And real quick, I know we'll talk about it next week, but assuming they beat Washington, do you have confidence they're going to beat Cleveland?
I don't think that we can't beat them. I'm not going to. I mean, we don't win good against. They're not even a good team. I don't know. Freddie Kitchens? I mean, if we get outcoached by Freddie Kitchens, that's
might be the most penalized game in the history of the NFL. That Bills-Browns game.
Is there ever going to be a day when the Bills and Browns are good? I mean, other than 1988.
I was predicting that this whole next decade was going to be the Bills-Browns head-to-head rivalry, like the Colts and Patriots were in the 2000s or the.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. All right, we'll talk to you next week.
Okay, it's gutter hope. All about my bills like Buffalo. Shit, I'm all about the bills like Thurman Thomas.
We're not making a playoff.
I don't tip, I pay bills. Bitches call me Buffalo.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Ian.